You're listening to the first and longest running female hosted hunting podcast. Welcome to the Hunt Fish Travel Podcast, helping you navigate your trip of a lifetime. And now, here's your hostess, Carrie Zilka.
Welcome to the Hunt Fish Travel Podcast. We are talking about shooting dragons on this episode. I'm super excited to have Dorothy and Wyatt McElroy on the line with us, and they are going to tell us all about World Dragon Shooting Day. Because, I might have a thing for dragons. Just a little thing. Wyatt, Dorothy, welcome to the show.
Hi, Carrie.
Hello.
I am so excited to talk about this. I can't even explain to you. A, because you're from, right down the road from me. And B, it's dragons. Oh my gosh, it's dragons.
It is dragons.
Yeah.
Everybody has a dragon to slay.
Yeah.
I love dragons, too. I mean, my dad, he drew/made/ a bunch of stuff with dragons.
So you've got it in your blood.
Yeah, sort of. Like, he was an artist, so I have an artist in my blood. So I'm like a really good artist.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's step back and tell the listeners who don't know anything about World Dragon Shooting Day. Let's talk about where it started.
Wyatt lost his dad, and I lost my husband almost 3 years ago. March 8th will mark the third year that he passed away. When Wyatt attended a grief camp that first year, they asked him to come up with a holiday to honor his dad. And his answer was, Mom, let's slay elves and orcs and dragons. And to keep it easier, we just said dragons because Dad worked for Dungeons and Dragons on that art.
I was thinking originally, I wanted it to be in our backyard. Like, I draw the targets and stuff.
Well, you were 7.
Yeah, I was 7. I didn't get the big picture yet.
Right. So I went to the local club that we belong to, Kenosha Bowman, and asked them, hey, can we please do this for Wyatt? Can we make his dream come true? Because he said to me, Mom, it's a dream and dreams never come true. Well, as a mom, that's almost like a poke in the chest saying, I dare you. So we did it.
Yeah.
And then that first year we had 113 dragon slayers, and we raised about $800 for the grief group that Wyatt attended, Camp Aaron. And the following year, last year, we had over 2,000 shooters worldwide. We were contacted by Sandra G. from the island of Gazo, and then Armin Hermer from the island of Malta, and has asked, say, hey, can we do this worldwide? Can we make this bigger? We want to do too. We want to play too. So it blew up, basically. It went crazy and nuts, and there's just thousands of people who like slaying dragons, and it was just the whole group effort of making a little boy's dream come true and honoring his dad and remembering and making a negative turn into a positive.
It's
so cool.
Awesome. Like, most of the kids from my school, like a couple at least, come to it, so it's pretty awesome.
Last year we raised, along with Brompton NASP, Brompton School and their National Archery in a School program, and Tomahawk Archers in Michigan helped us raise $1,500 for a 5th grader in Wyatt's school that had leukemia.
Oh, wow.
This year we're putting cancer ribbons on our dragons, if you want to, because we're raising funds for the Breast Cancer Recovery Foundation in Madison, Wisconsin. And they send men and women who have breast cancer to workshops and vacations and just to relax and, take a break from chemo.
Sure. That's wonderful.
It's a great organization. So we're really hoping to double that. We had 2,000 shooters about last year. We'd really like to try to double that. We had 20 countries and 20 states. Again, we want to increase that. We had 204 shooters in-state in Kenosha Bowman. We want to try to get over 300 this year.
That's amazing. And is it just a one-day event, or is it a weekend?
It's a 2-day event.
Okay.
2-day event. It's a whole weekend. It's March 19th and March 20th.
Perfect.
Kenosha Bowman is, it's in Kenosha. Locally, you can check the World Dragon Shooting Day page for times and informations. If we have time, I can say that as well. You can talk.
Sure.
Yay! Okay, so can I say my side of the story?
Absolutely, go for it.
All right, so I was at this thing where it's like a place where you grieve about your people that you lost, and you learn how to grieve if you don't know how, and I didn't really know how, so I learned how. But they were like, if you were to do, like, have a holiday / event to honor your loved one, what would it be and what would it be called? And I was like, I want to shoot at dragons and orcs and elves and trolls and all that. And I was like, hey, Mom, can we do this in our backyard? And Mom was like, sure, maybe. And I was like, well, and then I was like, yeah, who cares? It's a dream. Most dreams never come true. So
way to lay the guilt trip on Mom.
Always. You're 7.
Yeah. So Mom was like, hey, Wyatt, someone told me about this club where it's like, because my dad had taught me how to shoot archery when I was like 5 or 4. 4. And he taught me how, and Mom was like, hey, Wyatt, there's this thing where it's open to the public at this one place. Do you want to go to it? Because Dad did archery with me. And Mom was like, if you don't want to, it's fine, because you might still be sad. Because at that point, my dad had died like a week.
It was a week prior.
And so we had gone, and this one really nice person was helping me. And I was wearing a necklace that had a dragon on it with a blue bottle. Like, the cap has a metal dragon on it. I'm holding it right now. And we put my dad's ashes in it. So he asked what was the necklace and what was inside of it. And I was like, oh, it's my daddy. He died.
The commonality of going to the open to the public at Kenosha Bowman was that once upon a time, my husband belonged there before we had met. And because he was disabled when Wyatt was born, this was something that they did together, and I never did. So a week after his death, I figured, you know what, this is probably the best thing for us, so let's go. And it really was the best thing for us. Archery really became our grief therapy, because grief camp didn't come for at least 6 months after his dad died. So there were quite a few members there that pretty much embraced us, took Wyatt under their wing, and really showed us how to do things and what to expect, and just, it gave us a purpose again. It gave us something to do as 2 people, whereas there used to be 3. So it really was a cool way to start stuff, and I think that's what instilled in him the idea of archery and dragons, because we just met so many wonderful people who are archers, and it's a unique sport, and it's a unique breed of people that inhabit the sport and really just make things come alive. The camaraderie is just incredible with it. It really is. And Wyatt has gone from a regular field archer, 3D archer, to a mounted horseback archer, too.
Wow.
And,
wait. So a couple of things. Let me interject here. So kudos to the Kenosha Bowmen in Kenosha, Wisconsin for even embracing the idea and opening up their arms to you guys. It really speaks volume to the character of the people, that are helping put this on. Secondly, I could not agree with you more that archery as a sport, it's so community-based to begin with that it's awesome to see the natural progression from taking that grief and turning it into something so positive. I just think that's so cool. And I think it's cool that the nod to the dragons, the Dungeons and Dragons, and do you guys ever have anybody from the organization come out and participate?
To answer your original question, the only person from the organization, no. The only person who has come out is one of the other artists who was at TSR that worked with my husband's best friend, Fred Fields, and he is a well-known fantasy artist.
He's awesome.
He's also Wyatt's godfather, so he did fly out that first year, and he's an archer as well. But the organization itself, no.
That's awesome.
No, nobody.
That's awesome that he came out, though.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome. He made me a piece of artwork that we just got yesterday.
Oh, really?
He did a painting called The Loss. And it was, he was struggling with how to, he and my husband were very, very close. And he was trying to figure out, all right, what can I do with this grief. How can I portray this? So he came up with a painting with ravens because they represent death, and a fairy who's holding the dragon necklace, the dragon bottle that I had given Wyatt. I had also given Fred and a couple of very close friends. And the fairy's holding that with a whisper of smoke going up to the sky, because smoke is supposed to be the person's spirit going away.
Sure.
So that was how he portrayed that. So he sent Wyatt a print saying this is with a little letter.
That's wonderful.
So yeah, that's a nice little
That's a
tribute.
sweet gesture, yeah.
Very
so
much
let's
so.
talk a little bit about the imagery, actually.
Okay.
Dragons and targets. So let me back up a little more even. So say I'm in another state or I'm in another country. How do I participate? How do I coordinate an event for World Dragon Shooting Day?
Ooh, I got this, Mom. I got this.
Okay.
Wait, so what are you looking to do? Shoot at the dragons? Draw a dragon?
Shoot at the dragon. They want to have a shoot.
Say I want to have an actual archery shoot, and I want to invite my friends and family to one spot, but I want to coordinate it with everything that's going on here in Kenosha. How do I do that? Is there
Okay, so
what are the steps?
What you do is you go on our Facebook page. Also, remember to like it, but first, before the liking stuff, you go on it, and I think that we have targets on there.
It's World Dragon Shooting Day, Wyatt.
Yeah, World Dragon Shooting Day, and you find the target that you want, and you print them out, and then you get a bow if you don't already have one, and then you shoot at the dragon, and then you take a picture of it, and then post it on our Facebook page, and then see how many likes you get on it, and then celebrate.
Or a video.
Awesome. Awesome.
It depends on if there's a group or a club that wants to do that. They can hold their own dragon shoot. We ask that they raise money for a charity of their choice. If they don't want to do that, that's fine. They don't have to. We just ask for pictures or videos to be uploaded to the page so that we can see who's participating. We can put you getting another map that we put up, and we put a red dot in every country and state and city where an archer is shooting from, so people can see if they want to participate and they're not doing something, they can go to a club that is.
Okay.
Tomahawk Archers did their own shoot. It doesn't have to be March 19th or 20th. Sometimes it doesn't coincide with those dates, so they can do a different one. They did a 50-50 raffle, and they gave all the proceeds to the Dragon Shoot. Brompton School had their own Dragon family night. They, donated the funds there. It doesn't have to be coincided with our date. It's a standard. It's a date where we can choose, where we can use, the club when it's open, because it is indoor shoot. We utilize it that way. But as we get Dragon targets in, I upload them to the page, and everybody knows that you can use whatever's there. Okay. We have the people who do the dragons sign them, so there's no problem with that. If you want to draw your own dragon, by all means draw it. If you want to share it, upload it, show us what you're doing with it. We recently, Sandra and Shad just recently threw a gauntlet out there, and they now have a show us how to draw your dragon YouTube contest. They're telling people, draw your own dragon, but show us how you do it. Let's throw YouTube up there and let's do it this way. And that's what's really cool about the Dragon Shoot is we are open to ideas. We're open to anything you want to throw at us, as long as we don't go to jail. We're good.
That's important.
It is a community of exactly. It is a community of spontaneity too, but it is camaraderie. Sure. People really like to do this. They want to help.
Well, and speaking of the community, is it only traditional archers, or is it what sort of participants?
No way, everyone.
Everyone.
Okay.
We have a lot of horseback. Archers. We have, compound shooters. I think there's crossbow shooters out there.
They shoot on horseback.
You do?
So it's open to anybody.
Let's talk a little more about shooting on horseback.
Yay!
So do you guys have horses?
We don't. Wyatt's been riding since he's been 4, and we are working on getting a lease on a horse possibly. But we do Wyatt does take lessons, and the person that we take lessons from, she teaches him the equestrian part, and this year I was able to get, or last year I was able to get certified by the NHAA as a level 1 mounted horseback rider instructor. So I'm able to work with Wyatt.
That's so
cool.
Wyatt,
Wyatt took lessons. Again, this is a dragon shoot. There's a lady in her family in Australia named Bianca who gave Wyatt a free lesson in Texas with Trey Schlichting. And she, in turn, one of her friends, Michelle, from Australia, gave Wyatt another free lesson. And then somebody gave us free air miles. So for 10 days and had lessons with Trey and the A Company Mounted Horseback Archery Company in New Braunfels, Texas. Won his first tournament, actually, out there, too.
That is so cool. Good for you. I'm assuming that there's lots of pictures from previous events on the Facebook page and the Twitter account. And is it just Facebook, Twitter? Do you have a YouTube channel?
We do have a YouTube channel. We're
I make
still
the
learning
videos.
that.
I make the videos.
We're still learning a little bit about that. We do have Instagram.
Okay.
And that's Worldwide Dragon Shooting Day on Instagram. Twitter is Shoot Dragon.
Okay.
We're still evolving. This thing kind of came out, the enormity and the size of it came out of nowhere and kind of slapped me in the face, and it's like, okay, I got to get...
How far away from you how far from Wisconsin are you?
I'm in Milwaukee, so I'm like an hour and a half away.
Yeah, you could come.
Yep, I'm going to be down there that Saturday.
Awesome.
I will be there.
Wait, you're coming?
I am coming. I'm going to come and shoot with you.
Yay!
I'm even bringing my own dragon along because I have a Michael Whelan print that I'm going to use.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You're awesome.
Yeah,
it'll be
bring
fun.
your own dragon.
Yeah. It'll be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you do the mounted archery because that is something I have a percher on, and that is something that I always used to joke I was going to learn how to do with Champ, and I never did.
If you actually come to the right place, Mommy can teach you how to shoot on horseback.
See? Now we're talking.
Yep, there you go.
See, maybe by next year. We'll see. Well, great. So lots of videos, lots of photos, lots of information on Facebook, Twitter. Do you guys have a website?
We don't yet.
Okay.
That's something else I need to work on.
That's fine.
99% of all the information's on the Facebook page.
Yeah. I was going to say, for what you guys are doing, Facebook is where to be anyway.
Right. I mean, we do Twitter. It's hard to... I'll have to see if I uploaded the video to Twitter of Wyatt on horseback. But there are pictures of him from August up there.
Awesome.
And there are pictures from last year. That's something else. As it gets closer to the shoot, I've got to repull the old ones and post them up there and do... It's just me doing it. And it's a lot of work.
I can imagine.
So I'm trying to get everything done on a timely basis and every day.
But
it's people like you and other people. We have sponsors for the first time this year. We've got somebody donating the targets for us, and that's Steve Anderson out at KCP Property Management are doing that for us. And then One Stringer at www.onestringer.com are doing arrow wraps for us.
Cool.
They're donating some, and they're giving us a really good deal on the arrow wraps themselves so that we can sell them and raise money, raffle some off. There's a horseback riding company in, I believe it's Heavenly Horses in Gurnee, Illinois, that's going to be gifting us with free lessons to raffle off for horseback riding lessons.
That's
and there'll be
super
more
cool.
raffle items to come. So it is cool. It's really, and with your help, we really appreciate you contacting us. And the whole thing about slaying dragons, and we really our T-shirts on the front say, impacting the world one arrow at a time, because that's really what we're trying to do with Wyatt and mine grief. Is so many people forget that kids grieve differently, and everybody grieves differently. But when you don't see something, when there's not a Band-Aid on a sore or an injury, you don't notice it, and that's what grief is. Grief is a silent string that's attached to everybody who's lost somebody important to them, and it never goes away. It's a leash sometimes that'll lead you where you don't want to go, but hopefully those people can work at it, and it's something that can be dragged behind you where you have the freedom to do what you want. And that's really what the shoot is still all about. It's about a child's love for his dad, and he wants to remember him and make a positive for other people from a negative to that.
That's awesome. speaks to his integrity and his upbringing, let me tell you.
Thank you.
But kudos to you guys for taking this on. I know, like you said, it's become such a large undertaking, and it's really awesome to see a lot of the positive feedback and the excitement surrounding the event, and I hope it just, no offense, I know it's a lot of work, but I hope it gets bigger and bigger.
Well, I do too, because my goal is to make it a foundation if I can.
Yeah.
That was my goal for this year, and I'm still trying to achieve that if I can. And I
It'll
don't
get
want to
there.
bite off
Yeah.
too much. But yeah, we really want it to be bigger and better, and we're really open to ideas in any. I'd love to be able to get a couple of radio interviews, and I'd love to be able to get some TV time and just draw the attention of the archers in the community. And it's not about going out and killing, hunting, and this and that. There's a whole other world out there besides that.
Sure. I might know a few people I can send your way. All right. World Dragon Shooting Day, March 19th and 20th, 2016. Go to Facebook, just search for World Dragon Shooting Day. On Twitter, it's twitter.com/shootdragon. Find them on YouTube. Go like them. Participate. I'll have all the information in the show notes. So you guys can, if you want to, just click on the show notes. And thank you, Wyatt. Thank you, Dorothy, for coming on the show and talking about this a little bit. I really appreciate the time. Yep, we will see you in just about a month.
Thank you very much, Carrie. We appreciate your time.
And that'll do it. Thanks so much for listening. Don't forget to find the show on iTunes. Just search for Huntfish Travel, all one word. Hit the subscribe button. You can also follow me on social media. Just go to huntfishtravel.net and click on the social media icon of your choice. Thank you for listening.